there was drama that we are often accustomed to at the Federal High Court in Lagos, where operatives of the Department of State Services, DSS, and officials of the Nigerian Correctional Services or Service, NCS, tussled over, had a fight, physically, not verbal, over who will take custody of the suspended Central Bank of Nigeria Governor Godwin Emefiele. Emefiele was arraigned by the Federal Ministry of Justice on charges of illegal possession of firearms and ammunition, but was granted bail in the sum of 20 million naira with one surety. The DSS allegedly attempted rearresting the former CBN boss despite a court order granting him bail. That is why I said this is a side that we have seen several times. It happened during Omoyele show, where there are many other people where the court would grant an individual bail, and once that individual has perfected that bail, the person should be given freedom to move around, at least depending on the type of condition attached to his or her bail. If Emefiele has not fulfilled this bail condition, the court also should indicate where such an individual will be kept. Will this individual be kept with the DSS or at the correctional center? There are a lot of things that needs to be made clear. Emefiele's lawyer tried to perfect his bail condition. A scuffle broke out between the DSS and NCS operatives, who were both struggling, fighting on who to take custody of the embattled CBN governor. Two Hilux vehicles belonging to the two government agencies were positioned near the entrance of the court, and the prison service also brought dogs into the court premises. Sources said that the DSS operatives were attempting to rearrest Emefiele despite the bail granted to him by the court. The tussle between the two agencies continued for several minutes before the DSS operatives eventually backed down and allowed the NCS to take custody of Emefiele. Why did they back down? That is because, according to the law, the constitution says that Emefiele will be in the custody of the correctional center until the perfection of his bail. The DSS were those who arrested him, and this nonsense has to come to an end. It has to come to an end. Emefiele, who was scheduled to be taken to the NCS headquarters in Kirikiri, where he is expected to remain until his bail conditions are met, is yet to leave the court premises. This is serious. Now, to make it worse, there is a report that the DSS arrested the officer in charge of Ikoyi prisons, Mr. Tunde Kuye, over this scuffle. The DSS is arresting another security agent, officer in charge, OC of Ikoyi prisons. Do you see where we are? This is where we are. It is as terrible as you can never imagine. Why is there no law and order? There are a lot that needs to be dealt with in Nigeria. I mean, we cannot continue in this manner, and it seems there is no we do not look into these things at all. And when I say we, I'm talking about the government, for the people, by the people, the democracy that we claim that we are observing or practicing. It is so sad that this will repeat itself again and again and again. It is as terrible as it can be. I'm not making any case for Emefiele, but this also could happen to other individuals who are, in such, dilemma. They could also, having been granted bail by the court, the DSS will be at the door to rearrest someone that has been granted bail. This has always been the pattern of the DSS. this DSS, with this rubbish characteristics displayed every now and then, they are so lawless. It is time for the president or whoever is in charge to begin to speak, to begin to clarify, to begin to make things clear. If an individual is arrested either by the Economic Financial Crimes Commission or by the DSS, whatever it is, such an individual, if granted bail, depending on the kind of crime, all of these things need to be made clear. We need to see the visibility of it. We need to understand, rather than this craziness that we see being exhibited. This is not the first time that the correctional center and DSS will be at loggerheads. Most of the times, this often happens during high-profile cases where they know they may be making a lot of money. Emefiele in Kirikiri is an extra cash for those corrupt prison warden. It is an extra for them. They probably will put him in what they call VIP cell or VVIP cell, where you will have probably air conditioning or fan or something to cool him down. You will have access to medicine, have access to that. He might be the only one even in the room. He will be given that. They have such facility in these prisons where you pay. Of course, this is Emefiele. They probably will be charging him probably 2 million naira per day, or even 10 million or 5 million naira per day, because they believe he was the governor of Central Bank. He has made, of course, Emefiele has made a lot of money stashed here and there. That is the truth. But right now, they say he's being charged for legal firearms, weapons, and I'm wondering what Emefiele is doing with this. Who was he trying to, was he trying to defend himself? What is this all about? Was he trying to protect himself? Should any security agents come around him? Was that the purpose of it? So Emefiele also knows how to shoot. This is serious. Just look at the terrible sight of this. I don't know what your thoughts are as regards this one. It is so sad. DSS and prison services clash as secret police attempts rearresting Godwin Emefiele, the disgraced, the man who said he wants to come up with new Naira policy so as to put an end to this and that, whereas he himself has a lot of dirt, a lot of it. Apart from the weapon and all of that, he has, he still has queries to answer as per the money or monies and double exchange rate and many other things, atrocities that he committed whilst he was in office. Like and share this video, subscribe to this channel. See you in the next update.